Welcome, hopeful, to the Barbarians Guild. If you're into scattering your foes in a feral frenzy or felling great beasts with mighty strikes, you are among friends here. Us barbarians prefer to let our muscles do the talking. This guild isn't a science. You want to learn how to win a fight? You need to get into some fights. Start by carving a bloody swath through some fellow immortals. Maybe slay a dragon or scatter a horde. Who knows, if you win enough glory, you might inspire a legend or two of your own. A barbarian's weapons are their closest friend. Since the Barbarians Guild is the bravest and strongest, it only makes sense that we are trained in all melee weapons. To disregard the strikes of our feeble foes, barbarians also are trained in small and medium shields. Some foes might try and flee from a barbarian. Those foes are stupid and cowardly. As all know, barbarians are master throwers of javelins and rocks. Other guilds lack the strength to hurl rocks. Nothing expresses your power like crushing to death a braggart with a 200-pound stone. To stop the bowman and the backstabber, the barbarian is trained with up to 3 points of armor. No one likes a myth where the hero dies to a stray arrow or a knife in the back. Just keep killing and let the rest sort itself out. The Barbarians Guild has a white sash to distinguish us on the battlefield. Wearing this sash is a time-honored tradition, so be sure to wear it with pride. To wear a white sash is to carry the values of all barbarians before you. This also means you carry the barbarians' distrust of magic. This guild cannot bear enchantments of other guilds. Might over magic. At level 1, a barbarian can call upon their white-hot fury to rend metal and sunder steel. The berserk trait makes it so any strike in melee from a barbarian is armor-breaking. This trait will destroy any armor of 3 points or lower in a single strike. This trait will not trigger on any armor above 3. Those strikes deal 1 point of damage, as per normal. Make sure to declare armor breaking when engaging a foe, so they know how you're going to tear them apart. No root, ice, mud, or charm can stop the charge of a raging barbarian. Barbarians are immune to command and subdual magic and effects. When the stuttering scholars and charlatans speak the words, "I command thee," at the start of a spell, barbarians disregard those commands. When the heretics and magicians say, "the strength of," before evoking a spell ball, a barbarian bests their parlor tricks with real strength. There's a lot more magic out there than just command and subdual. The cunning witch will know and prepare spells to hamper or even kill a barbarian. So be ruthless and wary when dealing with casters. At level 2, a barbarian knows the only good death is a death that takes as many with them as possible. Barbarians at level 2 have the Fight After Death ability once per refresh. This ability can be triggered when a barbarian dies by stating, "Fight after death!" and then counting down from 7, after which they die. For those 7 seconds, a barbarian becomes wrath and vengeance incarnate. No blade can harm a barbarian in this state. They become all but immune to magic, and their blows are shield-crushing. You cannot enter Fight After Death if you were killed dishonorably, under some sway of suppression, frozen, stunned, or insubstantial states. If you enter Fight After Death while under the effect of Stop status, you remain under the duration of Stopped, while also under the effects of Fight After Death. In the haze of blood, try and be aware of what limbs you lost. Those don't come back when you use this ability. A broken leg may slow you down, a shattered arm may limit how many swings you can make, but don't let something small like that keep you from avenging yourself on the sorry bastard that thought they could kill you. Wounds are temporary, but victory is eternal. At level 3, a barbarian can recover from crippling wounds with the adrenaline ability, All That They Want. To use this ability, you must fell an enemy and stand outside of 10 feet from any living foe and yell, "Adrenaline!" This ability makes trading your flesh for a killing stroke a much more long-term plan, and is common practice among masochists and reavers of the guild. Just remember, the thrill of the kill will end after 30 seconds, and you will no longer be able to use adrenaline. This power will allow you to outlast any horde of lesser foes and stand atop a mountain made of their bodies. My guild master always said the only thing better than one fight after death was 2. The greater barbarian is now able to use his fight after death ability twice per refresh. For you members of the guild who have trouble counting, that's the same as the number of fists a human is supposed to have. Having unhinged rage is one thing, but an expert barbarian can channel their wrath into an explosive strike so devastating that it leaves survivors reeling and the dead so maimed that not even their own mother would recognize them. At level 5, a barbarian gets the Brutal Strike ability once per life. This ambulant, extraordinary death school verbal can only be activated by wounding an opponent in melee. The incant for this ability is, "And stay down!" This ability will curse and suppress the targets for 30 seconds, making it impossible for them to use abilities or receive healing. This feat of strength is best used on targets that can use abilities to escape death, as suppress stops them from being able to activate it. However, Brutal Strike does not stop on-death enchantments from activating. This ability is proof that violence solves everything. At level 6, a barbarian's flesh is hardened with iron sinew and calloused scars. Twice per refresh, the barbarian can stop blades and arrows with the Blood and Thunder enchantment. This enchantment is an extraordinary ability, and because it was not bestowed by a caster, it does not interact with our enchantment restriction. This enchantment requires a kill trigger to activate it, and our guild wouldn't have it any other way. After killing an enemy, stand 10 feet from any living foe and cry out, "Blood and Thunder!" The enchantment will stop the next wound that would be delivered to the barbarian. After that lucky strike, the enchantment is removed. Nothing is more intoxicating than hearing the bones break and feel the rush of blood. Barbarians smash stuff real good. The armor-breaking swing allows the barbarian to strike hard, and this effect is further enhanced while in fight after death. Upon getting a kill, barbarians can activate Blood and Thunder and Adrenaline. It only takes one kill to use both abilities. Barbarians can carry and use relics and trinkets they earn, even if they are enchantments, because they are enchanting themselves. Just don't get addicted to magic, since you cannot guarantee having a trophy. The immunities of barbarians are very useful, but they are also well known and static. Since they cannot be enchanted by casters, just assume that enemy casters took a spell that can affect you, so you will not be caught off guard. Also know what spells you are immune to. You might think it is real smart jumping in front of a spell ball to save a friend till you get caught in a fireball. But enough talk. Go, barbarian. Take your steel with your fury and go find glory on the battlefield.